Navy and Marine Corps forces are taking part in a big training exercise.
Dawn Blitz.
Dawn Blitz. Dawn Blitz.
Dawn Blitz.
Exercise Dawn Blitz. Exercise Dawn Blitz. They try and make it as real as possible.
It's all about building relationships and friendships with another country.
The opportunity to get in the field allows them to encounter different situations.
You never know where the next fight's going to be.
We salute the Marines at Camp Pendleton.
What's more, it's all being observed by military leaders from 7 additional countries.
Marines who've been out here for a few days say they've already learned quite a lot and are honing their skills.
Dawn Blitz is our premier exercise this year of getting the Navy and Marine Corps team back together, back to our expeditionary routes, so that we're focused not just on amphib operations, but on MPF operations as well. Additionally, we're also bringing in a lot of our coalition partners. We've got the Japanese, we've got the Canadians, and we've got the New Zealanders fully embedded within the exercise. We've also got observers from other countries throughout Latin America and also throughout the Pacific that are here to be part of that coalition team that in building those strong partnerships necessary for us to really understand how to operate together in an environment like this.
Marines and sailors taking over the Silver Strand for a training exercise, offloading amphibious assault vehicles, 7-ton trucks, and some 50 supply containers. The military conducts exercises all the time, but one of this size only occurs once a year. This is part of exercise Dawn Blitz, involving 5,000 service members from the U.S., Japan, Canada, and New Zealand.
We're also going to demonstrate the capabilities of the MV-22 in a humanitarian assistance and disaster relief operation with the Japanese, where they're going to be able to demonstrate the utility and the interoperability of the MV-22 on Japanese ships to conduct a whole spectrum of operations, not just within the MAGTF, but also with our coalition partners.
A lot of Americans may not realize the building tensions in the Pacific. Some people will argue they're at the highest since World War II. In fact, to give you an idea, there are 24 different Japanese media outlets that have come here as the Japanese have come in force to the West Coast to show there are strength in numbers. Japanese forces stormed beaches north of San Diego at Marine Corps Base Camp Pendleton for a massive 3-week joint military exercise called Dawn Blitz.
We get to know each other. We get to understand how each other operates. We learn from each other. They learn some great amphibious skills from Marines, and we learn an awful lot from them.
Now one of America's closest allies, there are 3 Japanese warships here and over 1,000 air, sea, and ground forces, teaming up with U.S. Marines to improve Japan's amphibious attack capabilities.
For us, it's very important to have a strong relationship with the United States. There is a natural role for the ground self-defense force and the maritime self-defense force and the team in an amphibious capacity.
Forces from New Zealand and Canada are also here for hyper-realistic training, which includes amphibious beach assaults, air and sea ops, and live fire training.
Within the South Pacific, we want to obviously have an independent capability, and that's what we're working up to, and using this experience on this exercise as part of that.
The U.S. military says they're shifting focus back to amphibious training now after spending the past decade focused on land warfare in Iraq and Afghanistan.
We originally envisioned this with a lot more amphibious ships. Sequestration has caused us to have to focus more on those ships that are getting ready to go out to support those forward deployed MEUs and ARGs. Because of the reduced budget, we've had to focus our attention more on those. So we've gotten less ships than what we wanted, but we've been able to augment that with the MPF, and we've been able to do some other things through simulation and bring together a great team to minimize those impacts of sequestration. MPF has been a critical enabler for a whole host of expeditionary operations. We're actually bringing equipment across the beach and all the muscle work that goes along with that.
It's a capability that enables us to project USMC, Marine Corps, power ashore. That same capability can be used for humanitarian assistance and disaster relief.
The fact that we're able to take U.S. Navy mine warfare capabilities, combine them with our coalition mine warfare capabilities, really brings a strong and powerful anti-mine capability to this exercise. We're also going to utilize the MV-22 as in its standard role of doing assault support for the MAGTF. We're going to be doing that heavy battalion assault from the beach to 29 Palms, built primarily around MV-22s, but also integrating in attack helicopters and the heavy lift that the CH-53s bring. It's something that we haven't done in a long time. We haven't done an MPF operation since OIF-2, when we used the MPF to bring ashore our equipment that we ended up using in Iraq and then shifted over to Afghanistan. Coming back out of those land-based operations that we've been doing over the last few years in Iraq and Afghanistan, it's important to get the muscle memory of what it takes to come off of those MPF ships, distribute that equipment throughout the MAGTF, and stand up the combat power that's currently pre-positioned aboard all those ships.